Hey y'all, this is going to be a special edition of Tap In Tuesday, Think About It Thursday, Fabulous Friday. So I have with me my young king, and we so often have these kind of candid conversations. And he and I were talking a few weeks ago about starting possibly a podcast, Mommy and Me. So Yeah. So I decided that he and I were just going to have a conversation about when his mama decided she was going to rock her bald head. And I can remember he was going to the ninth grade, and he and I had this conversation. And he was saying, if somebody says something about your bald head, they're going to catch these. And I had to stop him because, oh, sir, you're not going to be passing out no hands at your new school, the freshman academy. And so, fast forward, I cut all my hair off and I have been rocking my bald crown now since June of 2019. And so, yeah, let's talk to the young king. So, how did you feel when I came home bald?
At first, I was nervous because automatically my head was just rushing to the fact that, okay, I know how people are. They don't know how to control their mouths, and they don't know when to stop it being insulsive. I mean, impulsive. But at the beginning, I was nervous, but for you, it was like, oh, okay. I mean, it's you, do you? I don't have any kind of like dislikes or any bad feelings towards it. It's just that I was more worried about the people than it was you.
Okay.
But I also did get scared a little bit because I thought you had cancer.
Yeah, I remember that. And so, yeah, I think for him, like my girls, they were cool with it. They was like, yeah, mama, go ahead. But this is the baby, okay? And he's my young king, and he's very protective of his mommy. And so I know he had a whole lot of things going through his head, and I had to reassure him that no, I was not sick. I was just sick and tired of being sick and tired of myself. I was sick and tired of crying. I was sick and tired of hiding. I was just sick and tired of me. And so, yeah, that's what we did. And so now, fast forward, it's been almost 4 years ago that I cut all my hair off, and I've just been rocking my bald, beautiful crown. So, how do you feel when people come up to me and talk to me about my bald head? Does does that make you feel some type of way, or you like, yeah, get it, mama?
No, it's just that if it's just me and I'm by myself, there's a whole bunch of people and I'm just hearing them talk about my mama, then that's where it'd be a problem. But when they're going to talking to my mama about her being bald or anything like that, then most of the time they just talk about how beautiful she is, how kind, all kinds of good things about her. So it's good and bad. It's good and it's just being prepared. It's good and being prepared. It's not just, oh, I don't like these people talking about my mama and I'm not hearing what they saying. So it's really just, I was okay with it because the more and more I was growing up, she was still rocking her bald head. So it was just, all right, she doing her own thing. She getting her work done. She's being all prideful and everything. She's okay with her being herself. And there's nothing wrong with being yourself. You always got to be yourself. Because if you don't be yourself, then you're just going to destroy yourself.
Okay, that's what's up. I like that. And you know, it's so important. It's so important to have a strong support system. And I can actually truly say that my support system is rock solid. I know some women don't feel like they have that support system, and some women don't feel like they have that system that they can fall back on and just be their authentic selves. And I'm so blessed that my children, as well as my grandchildren, okay, my grandbabies, uh, for 4 years, like my baby granddaughter, that's all she's really known as my bald head. My grandboys, yeah, they saw me hiding. And so they absolutely love it. You know, my middle grandson, he said, Gigi, I love your hair. And I said, boy, you know I ain't got no hair. And he just thinks that is the funniest thing. But that support system is so important. And what advice would you give a young man that his mom is going through the battle of alopecia and she's not quite sure what to do right now, but what would you give that young man? What kind of advice would you give him on how to be that rock for his mom and be that extra sense of support for her?
I mean, really, to be a good support to your mama if she ever does have alopecia, the best thing you can do is just be there in her corner and not just be, oh, what is this? If somebody said this, somebody do that. It don't really matter because the thing is, it's her. You know your mama and you know yourself. Regardless of the fact, if you know you gonna be uptight or easy with it, then find a way to separate everything. Being uptight and everything ain't gonna solve the situation because everybody got their own opinion. And the thing that you gotta really focus on is just spending your time and making sure that she's feeling as beautiful as she always is. Because regardless of the fact that's your mama and if she's going through something, then best thing you can do is just be for her.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you, a lot of men say it's hard to date a woman that's bald. Do you ever think that you could date a girl that's bald, living with alopecia? Could you do that?
Yeah, I could do that. I could very much do that.
Okay. Because at the end of the day, a woman's hair doesn't define her. It's the beauty of the woman. It's the person on the inside. And I'm so glad that you are a young man of that type of character where you are not swayed towards the persona that you have to look a certain way and you have to be a certain way. And I'm so glad about that. And I'm going to pat myself on the back because I think I did an amazing job in raising you as the phenomenal man that you are. But I'm glad that you can see past all the superficial foolishness that some men, not even half your age, they think that, you know, a woman is supposed to look a certain way. So I'm glad you at 19 can see that there is, you know, no difference in a woman that has hair, a woman that don't have hair, a woman that's got bald hair, because still in all of that, we have pretty monsters out here. And a lot of times, you know, women hide things up under these masks. And what I love about us living in our bald truth, we just shining. We don't have nothing covering us. We just shining and living in our truth. And I just absolutely love that aspect of just being bald, beautiful, and free. And I'm so glad and I'm so proud of you. And thank you for doing this with me. I just feel like, you know, we talked, I guess it's been a few months ago about you possibly doing a YouTube channel. And because you have so much wisdom, even as a young man, you are full of wisdom. Because I always say you got an old soul. Like it's an old man living down in there. Hey, Papa, it's an old man living down in there, and that's a good thing because, you know, you seem like you're ahead of your time a little bit. Like some of the things that I see some young men your age doing, you don't do. Some of the things that they say you don't say, and I've heard you say a lot of times, you know, they just acting childish. They acting like boys. And I thank God I'm in a place where I didn't raise a boy. I raised a young boy to be a man. And although, you know, your father wasn't in the house, I thank God that the father was in the house. And it gave me wisdom and direction in how to raise you. And I'm grateful of that. I'm grateful of the young man that not only you are now, but the man that you are evolving into, because I see you changing right before my eyes. And sometimes that is scary. And I know sometimes, I mother you just a little bit, sometimes overboard. But, you are my baby, and I want to protect you, and I want you to be the most phenomenal man that you can be. And there are things that I've done because of relationships that I've been in that I did not want to see that man in you. And so I am super happy about that. But I'm glad that my baby, my boy, has been on this alopecia journey with me. My girls have been on this alopecia journey with me, but my girls were older. He was the baby, and that was my concern. And I can remember one time I was at Burger King, and the little boy took my order, and he was like, "You're Kam's mom." And I was like, "Yeah." And I came home, and I was like, "Come on, everybody know your bald head mama." But everybody know your bald head mama. But that's the thing that set me apart. They knew Kam's bald head mama, because Kam bald head mama was a woman coming to the school looking like she was looking. And so that set me apart from everybody else. And so I was happy. I'm happy about being Kam's bald head mama, because I don't look like nobody else. And that's why I can call myself the distinctive diva, because, baby, I got my own look. Everybody else is taken, and I don't have to look like anybody else. So thank you, son.
You're welcome.
For being a part of this Mommy and Me. I don't know if this is going to be a podcast. I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm enjoying this time that we spend together. Even if it's just a few minutes, I enjoy every minute. So thank you. And what you got to say to the people?
All I got to say is